PSG have their eyes on Sancho to replace Mbappe, and that could trigger a mega signing domino effect. Ligt to Man United is close, but Bayern are lurking. De Bruyne to Saudi Arabia for €60 million per season, and Liverpool are set to hijack Kubo. All this and much more in today's issue, and you do not forget to put a like, click on the bell, and subscribe. You done yet? Then we can get started. In a major development, Saudi Pro League powerhouse Al Ittihad have tabled an ambitious offer to secure the services of Manchester City's star goalkeeper Ederson. This comes after a similar proposal from their PIF-owned rivals, Al Nassr, fell through earlier in the transfer window. Both offers, if accepted, would elevate Ederson to the position of the highest-paid goalkeeper globally. Sources close to the Brazilian shot-stopper indicate that he is open to the prospect of joining either Saudi club this summer. However, discussions over the transfer fee remain ongoing, with Manchester City having previously rejected a £25 million bid. Insiders at City have made it clear that any deal would require a minimum fee of £40 million for them to part ways with their prized goalkeeper. Despite these developments, there is still hope within Manchester City that Ederson can be persuaded to commit to a new deal. However, the club acknowledges that he might insist on a move if his desire to leave persists. Should Ederson secure a transfer to Saudi Arabia, Pep Guardiola is expected to promote Stefan Ortega to the number 1 role. Ortega impressed last season with 20 appearances across all competitions, maintaining 8 clean sheets. Al Ittihad's offer is currently around €25 million, but City remains firm on their valuation of between €50 and €60 million. Negotiations are set to intensify, with Al Ittihad determined to bring Ederson to the Saudi Pro League. The ongoing saga has seen Manchester City's players and staff engaging in dialogue with Ederson regarding his future. Upon his return to training at the This Week, Ederson expressed happiness with the Premier League champions, but remained coy about the persistent interest from Saudi Arabia. This has left his teammates and club insiders in a state of uncertainty about his next move. City's stance is clear. They value Ederson highly and will not let him go for less than their stated price. The club is currently in the USA for a series of pre-season friendlies, with Ederson part of the travelling squad. This has given the club a temporary reprieve to focus on preparations for the new season, but the looming transfer question remains. If Al Ittihad or any other club can meet Manchester City's financial demands, a move could be on the cards. However, if no agreement is reached, Ederson seems poised to continue his journey with the Premier League champions, where he has enjoyed significant success. As the transfer window progresses, all eyes will be on Manchester City and their negotiations with the Saudi clubs. The outcome of these talks could have substantial implications for Pep Guardiola's squad and their preparations for the upcoming season. Liverpool are closing in on the signing of Real Sociedad winger Takefusa Kubo, with negotiations entering the final stages. The Reds are set to activate the Japanese star's €60 million release clause as they look to strengthen their attacking options ahead of the 2024-25 Premier League campaign. Kubo, 23, has been a standout performer for Real Sociedad, attracting interest from several top clubs. The versatile attacker, who can play on either wing or as a numbered 10, has impressed with his dribbling skills, pace, and ability to create chances. Liverpool manager Arne Slot is keen to add depth to his squad, particularly with the uncertainty surrounding Mohamed Salah's future. The Egyptian forward has just 1 year remaining on his contract, and the Reds may need to prepare for life without their star man. Real Madrid, who had Kubo on their books for 3 years before selling him to Real Sociedad for €6 million in 2022, stand to benefit significantly from the deal. The Spanish Giants have a 50% sell-on clause for any profit made, which would see them receive €27 million from the €60 million transfer. Kubo's agents have already arrived in England to discuss personal terms, with the player reportedly positive about joining the Merseyside club. If the deal is completed, Liverpool will be adding a talented and versatile attacker to their ranks, one who has the potential to become a key player for years to come. The move would also represent a significant profit for Real Sociedad, who would receive €33 million from the deal after Real Madrid's cut. The Basque club will be tasked with finding a suitable replacement for Kubo, who has been a crucial part of their team since joining in 2022. The Japanese international's arrival could signal the beginning of a new era at Anfield, as Slot looks to build a team capable of challenging for major honours both domestically and in Europe. Victor Osimhen's future at Napoli remains uncertain, as the club is reportedly open to selling their star striker. However, no European club has yet met the €130 million release clause in his contract. Osimhen's agent, Roberto Calenda, was in Paris last week to discuss a potential move to Paris Saint-Germain, who are exploring a player plus cash swap deal to facilitate the transfer. Sky Sport Italia has indicated that this week could be pivotal for Osimhen's potential switch to PSG, which could provide Napoli with the funds to pursue Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea. Despite the ongoing discussions, it appears that no club has formalised an offer for Osimhen, with only PSG showing serious intent, albeit seeking a significant discount on the release clause. Interestingly, Osimhen has privately considered staying at Napoli for another season, pending a conversation with new head coach Antonio Conte. The 25-year-old has been left out of Napoli's first 2 pre-season friendlies, fueling speculation about his future and suggesting that Napoli is preparing for a potential sale. Conte, who has expressed a desire for Lukaku should Osimhen depart, has set a 9-day deadline for the club to resolve Osimhen's situation as they ramp up preparations for the upcoming season. The coach wants clarity on the striker's future before the team embarks on another training camp next Thursday. While there have been strong links to PSG, reports suggest that the French giants may not be actively pursuing a new striker at this time, with Luis Enrique planning to start the 2024-25 season with Gonzalo Ramos and Randal Kolo Muani in attack. Unless one of these players departs, PSG may not be in the market for a forward, complicating Napoli's plans to replace Osimhen. As it stands, while Napoli is keen to sell, Osimhen is not desperate to leave and is willing to work under Conte if a move does not materialize. The next few days will be crucial in determining whether Osimhen will remain in Naples or embark on a new chapter with PSG. Dani Olmo's €60 million release clause at RB Leipzig has officially lapsed, but that hasn't ruled out a summer move for the talented playmaker. The 26-year-old Spaniard has been a standout performer in the Bundesliga since joining Leipzig 4 years ago and showcased his immense talent on the international stage during Euro 2024, where he played a pivotal role in helping Spain secure their 4th title. Despite strong interest from elite clubs like Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Manchester City and Manchester United, none have yet activated the former release clause. However, reports indicate that Leipzig remains open to negotiations for a fee in the region of €60 million, thanks in part to Olmo's positive relationship with the club. Leipzig understands that a move to one of these top clubs would be a significant step forward in Olmo's career. Barcelona has reportedly made a verbal offer to Leipzig, aware that they cannot meet the full fee up front. Leipzig has not dismissed this payment plan, recognizing Olmo's desire for growth while also seeking a deal that allows them to reinvest in their squad. Olmo himself has expressed excitement over the potential of joining a top club. "Seeing my name linked to great teams motivates me," he stated in an interview, emphasizing his focus on performance while leaving future moves open to possibility. In addition to the aforementioned clubs, Liverpool is also monitoring Olmo's situation closely. With a history of smooth negotiations with Leipzig, the Reds are well positioned to make an approach, though they face stiff competition from Manchester City and Manchester United. There is significant buzz around Olmo, especially following his standout performances at Euro 2024, which have intensified Liverpool's interest. Julian Nagelsmann, the former Leipzig manager, praised Olmo's abilities, calling him outstanding. And Liverpool fans are excited about what his potential arrival could mean for their attacking options. However, concerns linger about Liverpool's cautious transfer strategy, which may limit their willingness to commit to a significant fee. Meanwhile, Manchester United remains keen on securing the versatile midfielder. Despite the expiration of Olmo's release clause, reports suggest that Leipzig is still willing to negotiate for a fee close to €60 million. Olmo's impressive performances at the Euros, where he finished as joint top goalscorer, have kept him on United's radar. The Red Devils are looking to bolster their midfield and believe Olmo could fit seamlessly into Erik ten Hag's plans. While United's interest is genuine, they may need to manage their squad carefully, as potential player sales could dictate their approach to signing Olmo. The race for the Spanish international's signature is heating up, and it remains to be seen where he will end up this summer. As it stands, Dani Olmo is at a crossroads. Though his release clause has expired, the interest from top clubs could see him make a significant move this summer, depending on how negotiations unfold. Whether it's returning to Spain with Barcelona, a move to Liverpool, or joining Manchester United, Olmo's next chapter promises to be an intriguing one for fans and clubs alike. Manchester City's iconic midfielder Kevin De Bruyne is at the centre of a major transfer saga, having received a colossal offer from Saudi Pro League giants Al Ittihad. The Belgian playmaker is reportedly impressed by the proposal, which could see him pocket an eye-watering €180 million over 3 years. While Al Ittihad leads the race, Al Nassr and Al Hilal are also expected to join the pursuit, aiming to bring one of Europe's finest talents to the Middle East. De Bruyne, who has been a linchpin for City since his arrival in 2015, is contemplating his future. The allure of such a life-changing financial package is understandably tempting, especially as he approaches the latter stages of his career. However, his preference appears to remain with Manchester City, where he has carved out a legacy as one of the Premier League's greatest ever players. City are keen to retain their starman and could table a new contract offer to counter the Saudi interest. Sources close to the club indicate that while they are determined to keep De Bruyne, they will also respect his decision should he choose to embark on a new chapter in Saudi Arabia. The Belgian international has publicly acknowledged the difficulty in turning down such an offer, emphasizing that at his age he must be open to everything. Despite the swirling rumours, Manchester City maintain a composed stance. Insiders suggest that the club does not anticipate an imminent move from the Saudi Pro League, nor do they expect De Bruyne to depart East Manchester hastily. The player himself has committed his immediate future to City, and the club holds confidence that he will honour this commitment. De Bruyne's recent public statements affirming his stay at the Etihad have bolstered this belief. If Saudi clubs are serious about acquiring De Bruyne, City will reportedly demand a hefty €100 million fee. Such a significant financial gain could be tempting for the club, especially considering De Bruyne's contract expires next summer, and he will be turning 34 in 2025. However, losing the Belgian maestro would be a substantial blow for manager Pep Guardiola, who has hailed De Bruyne as one of the club's greatest ever players. The potential departure of De Bruyne presents a complex dilemma for City. On one hand, cashing in now could be a prudent financial move given his contract situation. On the other, replacing a player of De Bruyne's caliber and influence on the pitch is no small feat. His extraordinary vision, range of passing, and overall football intelligence have made him irreplaceable in City's midfield. De Bruyne's contributions have been nothing short of spectacular, making him a fan favourite and a key figure in City's recent successes. His potential exit would not only be a significant loss for the club, but also an emotional farewell for Premier League fans who have enjoyed watching one of the finest players to ever grace English football. The decision now lies with De Bruyne, who faces a pivotal moment in his career. Whether he opts for the lucrative offer from Saudi Arabia or decides to extend his storied tenure with Manchester City, his choice will undoubtedly have profound implications for all parties involved. Manchester United are gearing up for a significant move in the transfer market, with Bayern Munich's Matthijs de Ligt emerging as a prime target. Erik ten Hag, along with the United fan base, is eager to see the Dutch defender at Old Trafford. De Ligt himself is keen on a reunion with his former Ajax manager, positioning United favourably in negotiations despite Bayern Munich's initial hardball stance over the transfer fee. Bayern Munich president Uli Hoeneß has now given the green light for a potential deal, admitting that De Ligt is likely to be sold this summer amid interest from Manchester United. The Netherlands international, 24, has been heavily linked with the Red Devils, and Hoeneß's recent comments have effectively opened the door for his departure. Hoeneß stated, "It's possible that a defender will leave. De Ligt is Dutch. The coach at Manchester United is Dutch. I would have no problem if he stays." United recently secured the signing of Leny Yoro, beating Real Madrid to his capture, but they remain keen on strengthening their defense further. Ten Hag confirmed to Dutch outlet Algemeen Dagblad that talks over a deal for De Ligt were ongoing. "We still have to wait and see whether De Ligt will come, but the good thing is, during my vacation, I was out of the process for 3 or 4 weeks. During that period, it was really the club, the newly established scouting and recruitment department, that brought in these players. The fact that there are also Dutch players among them is actually a coincidence, Ten Hag said. Ligt, who joined Bayern from Juventus 2 years ago in a deal worth around £68 million, has had mixed fortunes in Munich. Despite being a key player, he was not first choice towards the end of last season under Thomas Tuchel. This has led to speculation about his future, even though Bayern fans are opposed to his sale, with over 70,000 signing a petition against it. Reports indicate that De Ligt has agreed personal terms with Manchester United, but no agreement has been reached between the two clubs. Bayern Munich are believed to be asking for around £42 million, a fee that United are considering as they weigh the benefits of reuniting De Ligt with Ten Hag, who played a crucial role in his development at Ajax. De Ligt is currently enjoying an extended break following the Netherlands' participation in Euro 2024, despite not featuring in any games. United are keen to offer the combative defender a long-term contract, seeing him as a valuable investment for the future. As the transfer window progresses, Manchester United continue to strategize, emphasizing the importance of having multiple targets to avoid being cornered in negotiations. This approach has been effective for United this summer, and they remain optimistic about securing De Ligt's signature. Paris Saint-Germain are in advanced talks to sign Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho. The French champions have put a contract offer on the table, and discussions between the two parties are progressing positively. Sancho is excited about the project presented by PSG and is keen on a move to the Ligue 1 giants. The 24-year-old England international recently returned to pre-season training with Manchester United after clear-the-air talks with manager Erik Ten Hag. Despite featuring in a friendly against Rangers, Sancho's future at Old Trafford remains uncertain, with the Red Devils open to listening to offers for the winger. PSG have identified Sancho as a key target in their quest to replace the recently departed Kylian Mbappe. The Parisians believe Sancho's performances in the Champions League, particularly during his loan spell with Borussia Dortmund last season, demonstrate his ability to succeed at the highest level. Manchester United, who signed Sancho for £73 million in 2021, are now willing to consider offers for the winger. Sources suggest that a bid in the region of €60 million could persuade the Premier League club to part ways with the former Dortmund star. PSG's initial offer is expected to be around €40 million, with the French side confident of reaching an agreement with United. The next step will be to finalise the transfer fee, which is believed to be the easier part of the negotiations compared to agreeing on personal terms. Luis Enrique, the PSG manager, reportedly views Sancho as a key piece in his plans to rebuild the team following Mbappe's departure. The Spaniard believes Sancho's creativity, dribbling ability and experience in the Champions League will be invaluable assets as PSG aim to challenge for European glory. For Manchester United, the potential sale of Sancho represents an opportunity to recoup a significant portion of their initial investment while also freeing up substantial wages. Despite the recent reconciliation between Sancho and Ten Hag, the chance to make a small profit on the player after amortization is seen as too good to pass up. Sancho's potential move to PSG could be one of the most high-profile transfers of the summer, with the winger's future at Old Trafford looking increasingly uncertain. The coming days will be crucial in determining whether PSG can finalise the deal and secure Sancho's signature. If successful, the move would mark a new chapter in the England international's career and provide him with the opportunity to showcase his talents on the biggest stage in European football.